Flourish as you create the life you want. Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey. Geez, it's day 1772. Documenting my journey as I originally transitioned from, excuse me, more coffee required, the brick and mortar and corporate world of businesses to the online world of business. In 2017, I came online and started doing crazy things, all kinds of interesting things, some things that worked really, really well, some things that I epically failed at. Like, I don't remember how many webinars I had to do before one finally clicked. I think it was probably at least in the dozens and dozens of different webinars. And each webinar I would do, it would take several iterations before it actually started to work for me or for the businesses I was doing them for. And it was a lot of work, but it was worth it, right? Everything that's worthwhile takes some of our energy, our effort, our desire, our input in order to figure it out, right? We're not born knowing how to do hardly anything except cry and use our bodily functions, but otherwise everything else we have to learn along the way, and we get to pick and choose what we want to learn. Well, today for Supersize Your Business, Horne-Ellstrom here. Can't remember if I said my name. I'm having one of those days. I'm traveling. Whenever I'm traveling, interesting things and crazy things happen, just like at home. But when I'm traveling, it's harder to come up with solutions to different things. For example, broke my ring light a couple of days ago. And so for the rest of my trip, I've decided, since I'm moving around starting tonight or tomorrow, I don't want to have to try to figure out how to ship a new ring light to me. So guess what? I'm just going to have to find some natural light and figure out how to make my videos without having that glowing ring and those little ring lights in my eyes, which I kind of get a kick out of, right? So today, for Supersize Your Business, our idiom to coincide with this year's annual challenge was flourish like a green bay tree. That's the green sprig. I guess it's some kind of a tree that is like a pine tree that flourishes when it's in the right environment. I don't know why my imagination goes to like an oasis in the desert. I guess because it's in the Bible, and I had never heard of it. So I get excited. And there's 20 million idioms in the English language already alone, just in the English language. So how on earth would I ever think that I know all the idioms? But this one I had never heard, never used it, and never heard it. And I always get excited when I learn something new, right? I think it's fun to learn something new. And I had to figure out, well, what the heck's a green bay tree? What does it mean? How can we apply it to our business? We can apply it to our business in choosing the right customers, making sure we're in the right environment, making sure we're not getting picked off by the competition or what the other people say about us, because it doesn't matter. Not focusing on the past, focusing on the present, creating what we want, etc. And then for No Nonsense November, day 30, our final day of No Nonsense November, I shared 8 ways that you can create the life that you want. I'd originally said you can create the blank that you want, the relationship, the business, the life, the career, the family, whatever you want, you can create that. And I just threw it all into a pile of life and then shared 8 steps, 8 things you need to do if you want to make that happen. And I tweaked those and shared those in Supersize Your Business, 8 different ways to create the business that you want and the supersized business that you want, because it applies to everything, right? It's like the SOAP framework for dealing with challenges. We can use it for any type of challenge in any area or aspect of our life. And the same is true of different ways to create what we want in our life. The process is the same. We just apply it to different goals or objectives or things that we want in our life. So those are the pieces of content I created today. A bunch of new things happening, going to a new location for a few days. So we'll see if I can find a decently lit place to do my videos. I love where I am right now because there are when my ring light worked, there were so many awesome places to make my videos and have a good background. And now I'm like, all right, I have to go to the light. Luckily, the sun's shining a little bit today. Otherwise, I'd be all ghastly looking, which, depending on what you think, you might think I'm ghastly looking no matter what. All right, if I can help you in any way, pajamagrandma@gmail.com is my Voxer handle. Otherwise, you can Google search me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, and you can find me. And if you've got a question, I always like to say, I will answer a question that you have that you've been trying to figure out, but it's nagging at you and you need to ask somebody. And you don't want to ask anybody that you already know, because sometimes it's hardest to ask people that are close to us a question, or people that we don't want to be embarrassed in front of. So I like to be that resource for people if they just ask. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.